If you know, you know.
How is that funny? Right now. Backstage, McCarthy joked about what Bieber called violating.
Did grab his butt. I couldn't help it. He was just so delicious. So little. Just, I wanted to tear his head off and eat it.
There was Katy Perry, who apparently wanted to know what a Bieber butt felt like.
Do you have pizza parties with pop stars?
Pizza parties.
Okay.
Billie Eilish. I just want to protect her, you know? I don't want her to, go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody.
Only a few days after dropping the song Yummy, Justin Bieber took to social media posting several photos of babies with the hashtag Yummy. This led to a lot of speculation for obvious reasons. It wasn't until about a month later when Justin Bieber appeared on the Ellen DeGeneres show. During this interview, he turned speculation into shock.
Yummy. What does that mean exactly?
My sex life.
Okay.
My sex life. My sex life.
I love ya! My name is Oshun, and on this channel, we uncover the creepiest, most unusual, haunted TikToks the internet has to offer. Do me a favor, please like, comment, and subscribe for your weekly dose of supernatural coming to you every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursdays. We hit over 1,000 subscribers already. Oh my God. I'm so happy. I appreciate the love. Oh my goodness. Y'all make me feel so good. Make me feel so important. Make me feel loved and wanted and just all good gushy feelings that I really need in my life right now. And I just appreciate the freaking love. But I'm not going to get emotional. Let's get into this video.
Everyone thought you were an addict. That's not. I was uncomfortable filming and I was nervous, and I've kind of explained this a few times. I had just lost my dad before filming. It was traumatizing to me. I didn't want to do the show. I didn't feel like I was emotionally just in a place to do it. I felt a lot of pressure, and it was really hard for me. And I had a hard time. And we did lose another dog the same way, but it wasn't on the show. So, like, it was just, like, heartbreaking because, like, I love animals so much. And, like, the dog, her name was Wednesday, and I just felt like she made me feel happy, and she was taken from me. And I just was like, why does everything I love get taken over here? Like, that's just how I felt. Because when your house is robbed in a home invasion, first of all, home invasions are very scary, and your house is robbed. People take things that have sentimental value, things that mean things to you.
When I make this statement, this is what happens when you don't go to the room. What Tyler Perry showed me, Lee Daniels, Oprah Winfrey, and Lionsgate. When you don't do what we ask you to do, we'll take your livelihood. So for 8 years, my family has suffered and my career has suffered because what I would not allow those entities to do was bully me. And because I didn't allow the bullying to happen, this is now what I sit in.
Okay, we have to go. Yeah. Shoot.
Exposes how Hollywood really is. Listen closely.
With actors, you're in a vulnerable situation. You know, you're in a vulnerable place. You're trying to get a job, and there's people who could use that power to abuse it. I was a young actor. Yeah, I was asked to go to a hotel room of a director. It was a famous director, and I didn't think anything weird by it because I never think it ever happened to me. And so I went, and he was in his robe. I still didn't think it was weird. Well, he probably just came out of the shower or whatever. And then he asked me to do, to do the scene and then crawl on my belly around it. And it got to a weird place. I remember that humiliation, and I didn't tell anybody. The agents are creeps too, and then trying to get a job, and the casting directors can be, and the people who are the producers, the directors. I mean, it's rampant in the industry. There's not one actress who doesn't have a story. Just before I was really famous, and the next thing I know, I'm in a room with this guy. He's in a chair. And you know, comes out in a bathrobe and sits in this chair. And the next thing you know, I'm like, he's asking me to like crawl on the ground and then to crawl toward him. And it was just this.
If you want to be in the entertainment industry, be careful and speak out. It's an insane Hollywood story.
You were talking about the Illuminati trying to stick you for your Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
Was that like that was really true? Like,
oh, so like I can tell you what happened. So I went to Bella Thorne was having a little party, right? It wasn't my idea to go there. I was invited by some friends, and it was a Halloween party. I don't even celebrate Halloween, but like just even the Bible says good company corrupts good character. But this is when I was like not too. I just didn't know certain things I know now. Let me just say it like that. And so I was just hanging around some people, and they was going to the party, and there was so many signs. Like one of the signs was you gotta be half to go. Another sign, you couldn't bring your phone, you had to sign an NDA. And I was like, I'm bringing my phone anyway, like I was gonna sneak it in. I was signing my name, then they was like, oh yeah, you gotta prick your to get in. I was like, oh no, I'm straight. Everybody else, they went, and I was waiting on my Uber, and while I was waiting on my Uber, this girl passed out while she about to go in the party. After
they suck her?
By the way, this video is scripted and for entertainment purposes only. Stay weird.
What I'm saying?
Mostly.
And
if there's a tincture that makes you younger, I better know where. You better let me in on this. If adrenochrome is real, I'll be first in line.
My husband has threatened me.
Yeah.
Please, no more dogs. So I came up with a brilliant plan. I'm gonna pretend. I'm gonna make him believe that I'm having an affair. I called him up and I said, we need to talk. This breaks my heart to tell you this news because I know I'm gonna disappoint you. And it's been really hard for me to come up with the courage to say this to you. But I cannot take it any longer. I have to tell you. And you just have to understand that I've been here working so much. I'm so tired. I'm so overworked. And I'm so lonely. Oh. He goes, oh, please don't tell me you picked up another dog.
Chad, I was not expecting her to say something about a daggone dog. I thought that was about to go whole left field. But she said a dog. Okay, that's not really Hollyweird. But anyway, the very, very first video, Bieber. Poor Bieber. Like, I honestly feel bad for him. Like, he's been through the ringer and back. They did so many disgusting, hateful things to that boy, to that man, since he was a boy. And just sending positive vibes to him and good thoughts and honest prayers. And, you know, hopefully, you know, he's in the twine of the mix too. So we can't send him too much of that good shit because he might not even deserve it. But, you know, just cause I feel bad for the young boy. Anyway, well, the man, he ain't no young boy no more. But anyway, I'm not too familiar with Holly. Is she an actress? If you know who she is, let me know in the comments. But I don't know who she was. Sorry. And so, but I feel they did Monique really dirty. I think that I know she said that she only got, like, as big as Precious, the movie Precious was, she only got $50,000 from doing that role from Oprah and Lee Daniels. And she went after them trying to get some more money because it made millions of dollars. And they basically said, F you and go on about your business. And then blackballed her because she went out and started talking about, like, they ain't trying to pay me my money. Give me my money, honey. I need my money. Because I would have did the same thing. But I remember meeting her, almost met her back home in Pittsburgh at the Improv. And this bitch, we locked eyes, looked dead at each other. She seen me coming to her, like, wait for me. I'm trying to get your autograph. And she was like, skirt. That bitch said, psych, and went on about her business. I appreciate that, Monique. But anyway. Yeah, so girl, the thing that put like Disney movies, they got all kinds of weird, creepy stuff going on with them. So best believe I got a video coming about that. And we're gonna see how that goes. But Robert Snyder's story, it just sounds to me like it doesn't matter, male, female, black, white, young, old. Nigga, you better go sit your ass on the casting couch if you want to be famous. So, I guess I won't be an actress because I'm not getting on my knees for nobody. Okay? We're not doing that around here. The fuck? And so, but that Steve Harvey episode, I seen that when it aired, because I used to watch the show all the time. But I seen that when it aired, and I was like, what the hell? But you know, he already knew, and he down with the get down, trying to play it off like, you did this now, boy, child, sit down somewhere. You a part of the mix, so we know you was letting your daughter fuck on P. Diddy, so we know you get down with the get down. Don't play with us. And Lil Woe Vicky, I'm so happy that she changed her life. She like did a whole 360, 620, whatever you want to call it. She double timed that loop. She changed her life around. She's all about God and all about the Bible and all of that good stuff. So I'm happy for her. God bless her. I wouldn't have went in that party either. Like, what do you need my blood for? What you about to do with my blood, bitch? Bye, I'm out. I would have caught me an Uber too and got up out of there. That's that same. They probably was in there drinking that gold juice that Tamara Manning was talking about. We got to protect her because she is definitely dropping gems that we probably should know about. But interesting facts about HOLLYWEIRD. Next video.
I'm leaving him alone. And this is what I'll say, and I won't say whose party I was at or what party, but this is a crazy situation, right? I was at one of these parties, and for me, I'll be honest, there's a mix of work, because this is oftentimes where you go to connect with people, where you go to meet people. And I have met people here, and I have built bonds, and they have said, I have met actors and celebrities who said, man, thank you for being here. I needed your presence here. You're the reason why I know God is walking with me. And we've had conversations since where they're like, man, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Because how you going to be a light if you never in the dark? Now, if you cannot handle being in the dark, stay up out of certain places, right? Don't play tug of war by yourself. I never went to these events by myself. I was always with people who were walking in the light, and we always had a mission. It was never just to go in there and wild out and be stupid. But the other side of the coin is, yes, if I'm a human, so I'm frail. I'm gonna be honest with you. There was moments for me of like, oh my gosh, I'm here. I'm part of the crew. Like, look at me. Yes, I struggle with acceptance and wanting to be associated with greatness. And I got caught up in some of that nonsense internally, right? But you would have never known that. What I will say is that one particular party, lots of big names, there was an artist there who said, hey, Lecrae, around 1 a.m., make sure you're not here. And I was like, what? You just don't want to be here at 1 in the morning. And I was like, now my pride kicked in like, yo, you don't know me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can handle myself. Like, I'm not some little church boy who ain't never seen nothing. Like, I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what you talking about? Well, it's probably 12:30. I'm downstairs. I go downstairs to the studio. I come up out the studio, and I'm headed back upstairs to like the main area where everyone's kind of congregating and hanging out. And the music changed. It was like really hard and heavy at first, and then, you know, like jam and dancing music. And it was a little softer. You know, it was a little more sensual when I came out the studio and started going upstairs. And on my way upstairs, there's like this couch. I won't say how the couch is designed because then that may give away whose party and whose house this was. There was a couch, and on the couch, I saw a couple of guys really going at it hard and heavy. And, man, and I was like, oh, you know, my brain, I'm thinking, well, you know, this celebrity party, people do what they do. As I started moving upstairs, I passed them up and I noticed that it wasn't just those two guys. It was more and more people just going at it. I was like, okay, it's time for me to roll. I'm going to grab my stuff and I'm going to get up out of here. I did not know that's how this went down. So was that shocking? Absolutely. Was I forced or coerced into anything? I was not. But why they felt that comfortable, I don't know. Maybe the invite list, they was like, yeah, all these people. I don't know. I'm shocked that it went down. But I've been to another situation, another person's party, celebrity party, and, you know, a celebrity tapped me on my shoulder, and I was hanging out with them, and it was like, yo, nephew, you might want to go into the other party because this cabana, we about to close it up. And they closed up the cabana, and there was about 3 or 4 big-name artists in there, and a whole bunch of ladies start walking in that cabana, and a security guard stood in front of the door. Hey!
Imagine you change your name and dedicate your life to emulating your biggest idol only for them to laugh in your face and ultimately lead to a tragic end. This is the story of Paula Goodspeed, a superfan whose love for Paula Abdul took her from the stage of American Idol to an unimaginable conclusion. In 2005, Sandra Mae McIntyre auditioned for the popular singing competition show American Idol. At the time, Paula Abdul was one of the 3 main judges alongside Randy Jackson and Simon Cowell. Sandra was a Paula Abdul superfan, so much so that she changed her name to Paula Godspeed at the age of 16 and modeled her appearance and singing style after her. She even had her license plate as ABL LV, which means Abdul Lover. A photo of Abdul was hanging from her rearview mirror, and she even said during her audition that a picture of Abdul was the first thing that she had ever drawn.
Paula Goodspeed, and I'm from Los Angeles, California, and I'm a student. Oh yeah, definitely. I really think I'm a pop star.
If you didn't watch Idol back in the day, part of the appeal of the show back then were the eccentric people that would come and audition. Jokes and comments were frequently made at their expense. Paula Abdul was sort of like the voice of reason or comedic relief, and she always seemed kind of drunk on the show. Godspeed was unfortunately in the category of not so great singers that they allowed to audition for entertainment value. And as soon as her audition began, they immediately just started cracking jokes. I'm gonna play the footage. Keep in mind this is from 2005, so it is pretty bad quality.
Speechless. Don't know what to say. Is it good or bad? Nah, it's not a great thing.
It's not a good thing by being speechless.
This time, no.
Okay. No? Randy?
That was terrible.
What was that? But I don't think any artist on earth could sing with that much metal in your mouth anyway. You have so much metal in your mouth.
She's got braces. It's not so much metal.
Yeah, but it's metal.
As you can see, they were pretty rough on her. I mean, it was really hard watching that. Honestly, you just feel really bad for her. They made fun of her braces, and that was only a 30-second clip. The ridicule and embarrassment from this audition would ultimately have a profound effect on Goodspeed. And over the next few years following the audition, Paula Abdul would receive hundreds of letters, phone calls, nude photos, and unexpected visits from Goodspeed. A few years later, in November 2008, Paula Abdul received flowers with a note signed, "Love JT, hope you're doing great. Here's my new cell number." Abdul assumed it was her boyfriend at the time, whose name was JT, so she called him and asked why he changed his phone number. He confirmed he actually didn't change his phone number, and Abdul reportedly instantly knew that Goodspeed was behind the note and was terrified by the ordeal. Just 1 week after this incident, Paula Goodspeed's body was tragically found in her car with the Paula Abdul license plate near Abdul's home, allegedly committing suicide by drug overdose. She was found with prescription drugs along with Paula Abdul CDs and photos of Paula Abdul. Paula Abdul released a statement short after where she said she was deeply shocked and saddened. There was a lot of controversy after this happened, with people blaming Paula Abdul for her death, as well as other judges for humiliating her on TV, and the producers for allowing her to audition knowing that she was obsessed with Paula Abdul. Paula Abdul would later reveal that she had been receiving letters from Goodspeed for 17 years prior to the audition, and she was, quote, shaking the day of the audition when Goodspeed showed up. One of the letters Goodspeed left read, "She said the only way I will serve her purpose is when I'm up in heaven being her guardian angel." Personally, I think this whole situation is really screwed up on many different levels. The landscape of reality TV at the time was extremely predatory and at the expense of other people, usually minorities or people who have mental health issues or are just disabled. And that's not to say that those problems still don't exist today, but I feel like the early 2000s was like the Wild West for reality TV. The producers, of course, claim that they had no idea of Goodspeed's obsession with Paula Abdul, but I personally find that hard to believe. And something else I don't really understand is Paula's treatment of Goodspeed during the audition. Granted, she wasn't as harsh as the other judges, but I think, one, if she was truly shaking and came face to face with someone who literally threatened her life, why didn't she just get up and leave? Like, if it were me, I don't give a fuck about a contract. I'm dipping out. And two, knowing that this person was so infatuated by you, why not just throw her a bone and be nice for like 10 seconds? I think anything nice that Paula Abdul would have said to her would have a major impact on her, just as the negative stuff did. Not to say that Paula Abdul is necessarily at fault, but things may have played out differently had she just been a little nicer. R.I.P. Paula Goodspeed.
Yeah. You know what? It's not over. I'm not going to stop singing just because you don't like my voice. And as far as you want original, you want someone original with a unique voice. Well, you just passed it up. I'm sorry. Peace out.
Same time, Harry Styles, okay, cover of Vogue, great accomplishment. Why do they want him in a dress? Why couldn't he? I've seen him wear a suit. He looks lovely in a suit. Why is Lil Nas X making a Satan shoe and straddling? Who is picking these people and putting them in the most public and applauding them and saying, this is great, this is great, this is great? That is a decision that is being made with purpose, okay, by people that have nefarious intentions. I view the people like Cardi B, Harry Styles, Lil Nas X, those are pawns in a game that is much bigger and much more twisted than they could possibly understand.
As food, like what they would eat and what they wouldn't eat. And she then said this: if the person okayed it, I would eat a human. If you were at a very fancy restaurant and they were like a tiny piece of human meat.
No. I think the only way
you wouldn't try a tiny bite?
No.
Really?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
It was just hilarious, by the way. And of course, pushing politics and telling people who don't have the magic potion that they shouldn't be allowed medical care. Nobody seems to care. Remember when she went on there and thanked Lucifer? Nothing weird about that.
Well, sometimes they don't want to, and they're, Gaga, we can't get, the frequency's weird, and, it's sounding a little bit strange, and I'm like, if you don't get this right now, I swear to Lucifer, I'm gonna, it's sounding a little bit strange, and I'm like, if you don't get this right now, I swear to Lucifer, I'm gonna...
Hip-hoppers, you name it, is there. And they could be dressed in a disguise. So she was exposed to that. My God, I can't believe that. I can't be a part of that. Oh, what you mean you can't be a part of it? If you want your check, you want this Hollywood life, you would be a part of it. You're not going to share these secrets. She thinks about that. She cried a little bit. They always cry, right? So she said, okay. She goes in this Pandora box, androgynous owner, man owner, woman owner. That's nothing, right? She's thinking, I got that over with, so she didn't think it was nothing. She didn't even have to do nothing but mingle, kiss a little. She's used to kissing women. Here's the kicker. The three producers, the headliners, the guy who make Hollywood runs like it does, right? Bring her to the upper penthouse tomorrow. So she's thinking she can sign a contract. No, they want to pop her in her ass. And this is how they get down. They call it gravy.
Did you get hurt? Well, that's just gravy.
Now, everybody, other people may know you from Gravy and your music career. Has this sparked the acting bug? Are we gonna see you in a lot more roles?
Yeah, definitely. This is my newfound love. Music is my passion, and acting. I'm definitely getting ready to jump into it.
Okay. That's a Hollywood slogan for people who just got popped in behind. Well, how did it go, man? How's your career going? Oh, I can tell you right now, baby, everything's gravy. There's been a lot of people that's got their letters on the fly. And they read all the lectures. They have them in a nice little room or a sweet hotel. It's real elegant. They do it really nice. And they let you read that letter and they tell you what you think. I ain't got no problem with this. Okay, sign right here. Now that's the beginning of the rituals of everything that's to come for you. All the doors gonna open for you. All the doors are opening.
He ain't ready for what they're gonna hit him with. We want you to meet some friends, okay? I want you to take it personal, because we know that you're about your business and you know how to make that dollar. It's all business. Don't take it personal when you see what's up, right? They take him in this room, and there'd be 3-4 dudes on another guy. And he may know that dude in the business. They said, what you're about to see, nobody else knows. This is part of the ritual. You are not to speak about this. You're seeing these dudes, transsexual, transgender, and they're all like lapping this one cat, right? That's the first test to see if you're going to buck. Why I'm telling you that? Because that's the first thing they did to Cat. They took Cat to all these private parties. Cat couldn't believe what he was seeing. Cat rebelled. Usually before they want to take you to the next level, they say, let's see what he's going to think when we take him here. A lot of dudes like, you know what? Fuck that, ain't got shit to do with me. It's all about the money. Well, it ain't.
I'm cool on Hollywood, for real.
Remember this photo of Jennifer Lopez? It was a gym photo she took, and people realized when they zoomed in a little bit, there was a person, seemed to be like a kid or maybe a man, who knows, in the door with their mouths covered, and they look scared. Did we ever get an answer to that? Did we ever get an explanation? I just want to know. Because, yeah, that's, yeah.
Man, what? I have never seen or heard about that photo. Excuse me, with Jennifer. That's I don't put it past her. I don't put it past her one bit. But who would what would even make somebody like zoom in to look behind her to even notice that? Like, that's crazy. And hopefully it was Photoshop, but probably not. I don't put it past her or anybody else in Hollywood. But that first video, the Christian rapper dude, I heard his story kind of before, and I personally feel he's full of it. I feel he's full of it, and he is playing a game and plays with the devil just as well as I feel Yolanda Adams did, Kirk Franklin, Donnie McKirkland, all of these little gospel singers. Because if you pay attention, you'll see them throwing up all the little signs and gestures that everybody else do with the 666, with the devil horns, with the cover in the eye. They all do it. So I don't put it past none of them just because they supposedly praising Jesus, which is hell Seuss anyway. But that's a whole nother story. I don't want to offend nobody and nobody's religion or anything like that, but they full of shit. Ask me, especially how big they got and still doing music. They was doing music back before I was born, like a little kid. Like, come on now. And we know how you got to stay relevant. Anyway, but whose party do you think he was at? Whose party do you think he was talking about? The guy, same person. I feel that he was talking about Diddy. And then he didn't want to explain the couch. And we know Diddy, he got that real big couch that's like a bed almost, basically. And several people can lay, sit, play all over that mother freaker. So, but anyway, the Paula Abdul super fan, that's really sad. That story is really sad. And it's ridiculous that she was so obsessed with her. She changed her name and everything. Like, there's clearly a mental issue in there, but for them to treat her like that is evil. Especially for the people they claim they didn't know who she was and that she had an obsession with her. And like he said, if Paula was so scared, like she didn't seem scared, like, and the least she could have done was throw her a bone, be nice. Like, you know, the lady's obsessed with you, you know, she loves you, so be nice. Like, it's like free. Sorry if I spit on you. It's free to be. It is literally free to be kind. Hold on, I'm sorry. It's literally free to be kind. Like, I don't understand why there's so many evil, like rude, disrespectful, inconsiderate people in this world. It's like, grinds my gears. Because if you was to know me and meet me in person, I am genuinely a good woman, good person, kind-hearted, nurturer, caring, like, and it's free, like, and it's not hard. Like, being miserable that seems kind of hard to me. That seems like a very difficult life, if you ask me. But I don't think it was a suicide. I mean, it could have been because her mental stability, but I don't think it was a suicide. We're going to leave that there. Because, yeah. Anyway, but Candace Owens, she always be speaking facts. A lot of black people don't like her. I fuck with Candace Owens, honestly. You just got to just watch her and just listen to her. She's very, very, very intelligent, and she speaks facts. But I've heard, I don't know, have you heard that supposedly Lil Nas X is playing a character? Lil Nas X is not gay. And supposedly the girl that he's always with since he first came out is not his best friend. It's supposedly his woman. But who knows? Who knows? Money will do strange things for a little bit of change, you know, and that's a lot of bit of change. So ain't no telling, but it's all about just like how much effort he puts into praising the evilness and demons and devils. And it's like, okay, now, do you know what's going to happen to you in the spirit world? Like, quit playing with your life. I mean, it's probably too late now. I don't know. But Chrissy Teigen, that bitch, I don't like her. She's nasty. She been creeped out, or she been pedophiled out. Like, she spoke on weird, creepy sexual innuendos with babies and children over the years on several occasions. So she should have been exited out, and she still be letting her host stuff, and no. And then the masquerade balls, like a eyes wide shut type of situation, for the rappers and the famous people when they get to know each other. I heard that for YouTubers too, like the really big YouTubers, they have little weird creepy parties like that too, where they're doing stuff to each other and gotta sign NDAs and prick blood, like Vicky said, like and we used to say it's gravy all the time in the hood. So is you trying to tell me when we were saying it's gravy, that means we was liking it in the booty? That's crazy that HOLLYWEIRD turned it's gravy into meaning that. And you heard, like, I heard that for years. Like, so that just makes me want to go research all the rappers and people that be like, oh, it's gravy. How your career? It's gravy. How your career? How this? How that? It's gravy. Next video.
I had a stroke when I was 20. The right side of my body stopped working, and I like looked down at my arm, and I was like, "Whose arm is that? It's not connected to my body." And I kind of blacked out, and then I wasn't able to talk. And my friends actually thought I was kidding because I was always doing like weird jokes, and they were like, "Cut it out!" And I was like, you know, it was really weird. When I was in the hospital, like they kept asking me how old I was. And my much older boyfriend at the time was there with me kind of fielding these questions from the doctors. And every time they asked me how old I was, I would go, 16, which was the only number I could say. I don't know why. And he would go, she's not 16, she's 20.
Being cast as a prostitute was one thing, but the film also required a very delicate scene with a much older love interest. Brooke had no choice but to grow up quickly. You had your first kiss on camera with a 29-year-old man. Yeah, that must have been harder for him than for me. But he was so sweet about it. Because he's a 29-year-old man, you know, who's with an 11-year-old child. I've never kissed anybody before.
Hollywood is a weird place, man. By the way, I'm back. And I'm going to make a new series. And it's going to be called Surviving Hollyweird. For the first story, this is Levi Davis. And he went missing going overseas. And he still hasn't been found yet. I'm telling you, these people are weird over there, man. Overseas, America, if it's Hollywood, it's anything has to do with film or music, it's gonna be weirdos over there that's gonna take advantage of you. Listen to what this man has to say.
3 years ago, I came off the Celebrity X Factor. And I met many new people. And one of which, an individual who I will not name, we began a relationship which formed a friendship which was formed through music.
Higher power.
Many times we had met, but on the last occasion, I was drugged and I was blackmailed.
Listen to it, listen.
After this, I appealed to my club for help. I appealed to my agent for advice. I do not blame this on anybody, as we are all an aggregate of our own decisions.
But you took advantage.
However, the response I got was one which my agent advised it would be best to resign, as he believed the club were going to fire me. After I asked them for help, after I believed I was being filmed doing sexual acts,
ritual,
after I was drugged, which many would call rape.
And that's what they do in the industry.
And by law, we would call rape. After this, and a lack of support, I was not myself.
Celebrity clone replacements before and after.
You're gonna do a lot to get there, like sign your name in blood in a contract with the devil.
That's how I got introduced to the music industry. I swear I wanted to be like the Amy Grant of music. Yeah. But it didn't work out, and so I sold my soul to the devil. Well, needless to say, sold my soul.
I swear to Lucifer.
I sold my soul to the devil.
Why is your hand over your eye?
Because I'm a devil worshiper. What are you talking about?
Roman is a crazy boy who lives in me. And he says the things that I don't want to say. He threatens to beat people and he's violent.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
With the chief commander. And in this earth and then in a world we can't see.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Yeah, that video just basically explained the reason why I said what I said about the gospel singers that are still making music 20, 30, 40 years later. Well, I don't know about 40 years later, but 20, 30 years later. There's only one way that's happening, including TD Jakes. Yep, I said it. All right now. Anyway. But I heard some really, 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 really dark, sad, horrible things about Miss Shirley Temple while she was that young. And it's just creepy. The men just putting their hands all over her tiny body and passing her around and dunking her face and stuff to make her face come out with white stuff on it. Like, what is that supposed to represent? Like, some type of drugs or some type of liquid? Like, what? That poor girl, she was a little girl at the time. She was put through all kinds of stuff that even a grown woman shouldn't have been put through. Like, it's really sad. Y'all should look into Shirley Temple's past. Maybe that may be another creepy ass video. Who knows that I do. But I did have to speed it up and change the tone because it was her just doing her dance and singing. So I don't want no copyright issues. But you get the point. You can still see her being passed around. You get the point. And then Brick Shields, that bitch sound dumb. You sound real dumb talking about it must have been hard for a 29-year-old man to kiss on my 11-year-old lips. Bitch, you co-signing. You co-signing. Now you didn't grew up in it. Now it's okay. Talking about that was your first kiss. And then they had you look like gaze into his eyes after you kissed him. And that was okay for you. Talking about him. Like, 2 thumbs down. Makes zero sense to me. And the interviewer's face, she looked at her like, but you tell she like tried to fix her face real quick. I thought that was funny. And then the guy that verified he basically verified that they definitely record people in the act of doing promiscuous, freaky, sexual things that they normally probably wouldn't do in their everyday life, and that they use it for blackmail purposes. Like, that's really sad and crazy. And they taking it to other countries and bothering other cultures with this weird shit. Like, no. Leave it in America. Like, y'all destroyed enough of the world. Like, that's really horrible. But I believe that's probably why a lot of people didn't speak on Diddy, because he got everybody recorded. And he's putting he's supposedly the one who is putting these tapes on the black market or black web, whatever, dark web, whatever it's called, for purchasing. And the most recent video was purchased for like $500 million, and they said they got Nicki on it and Justin Bieber and all kinds of people was supposedly on that video. So I want to see. I'm nosy. I want to see. I want to see. Okay. But anyway, honey, I am like really swole. I don't know if y'all use that word where y'all from, but that means like dang, why? I'm swole that they clone Kodak, Project Baby. Like, he is not the same Kodak at all. Swole about Kanye. Yes, I've been a Kanye fan since College Dropout. Yeah, he be saying some off the wall stuff, but Kanye's a genius and he be speaking facts. Yes, he does. So keep the haterade for Kanye over there. But this new Kanye is not Kanye. So I don't know. Sometimes I be feeling like he be trying to break through that MK Ultra though. When he be going down, when he be spazzing out, that's my theory. When he's spazzing out, he's breaking through the MK Ultra, just like on the movie Get Out. My opinion. And Gucci Mane also, like, Gucci Mane, man, swole about Gucci Mane. I don't know who this little skinny nigga is with the pretty face. That's not Gucci. But most of the clones don't look like who they originally are supposed to be. My opinion. You can tell these people aren't people, and you can tell that these these beings are not the people that they are trying to manipulate, or not. Well, yeah, I guess it is manipulation. Is brain fucking, or I'm sorry, I'm cussing. I don't want to be cussing, but anyway, let me just move on because I'm getting emotional. Anthony Anderson, he said he learned how to eat the cat from his mama. That's disgusting. Why would you even go out and say that publicly? He probably tried to retract that after the fact. No, baby, it's too late. You can put that out there in the universe and into the world for people to know. That's disgusting. Like, what? I don't know. Anyway, next video.
Card is what? I'm going to pick a card, I'm going to call it out, and then I'm going to just find it, okay? 4 of hearts, 6 of hearts, it's very close. I'm going to try it 2 more times. 4 of hearts, 6 of diamonds. 1 more time. 4 of hearts. All right. Try to figure something out. That's not working.
That the #1 problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be. That's the biggest problem for children in this industry.
The casting couch even applies to children.
Oh yeah, not in the same way. It's all done under the radar.
Nobody talks about it.
It's the big secret.
And it's widespread?
Oh yeah. I was surrounded by them when I was 14 years old. Surrounded, literally. Didn't even know it. It wasn't until I was old enough to realize what they were and what they wanted and what they were about and the types of people that were surrounding me till I went, oh my God, they were everywhere like vultures.
Y'all, look at this article I came across on Facebook. They talking about after Usher hung out with this being a couple times, boom, his career had an overnight rebirth. I am crying laughing. Now let's take a good look at her though. Y'all might be wondering, who is this person? Well, this is actually Rick Owens' wife. Yes, that Rick Owens. The Rick Owens that y'all love on y'all feet. The Rick Owens, the fashion designer. She's a fashion designer too. But this is how she presents herself to the world all the time. Like, this is not, it's not Halloween. Couple, married. Now, I'm not going to just call her a witch. What I am going to say is if you Google her, this article will pop up. And the article is kind of, you know, you do with it as you may. You know, make your own conclusion. But they describe her as a maverick who has had many lives. It says most notably she's been a fashion designer, a restaurateur, and most recently Rick Owens' right-hand woman and wife. Who she is and how she presents herself is so much about bewitching people. Things that make you say, You know, I always wonder, what does celebrities have in common with these interesting, to say the least, type of women? But, you know, get your full. What y'all think?
Yo, what's up? This is your man, Lil Bow Wow.
Snoop Dogg took advantage of this young man because he had a single mother, and the single mother was trying to get Bow Wow into the industry, aka the game. Well, I wouldn't say try to get him in the industry, but she seen how bad that, he liked music and how he wanted to get, in the industry and get a record deal, and she seen the talent. But things got bad, and you cannot trust nobody in the industry, especially with your child. This part right here will prove that.
The one rumor that's always kind of lingered around that I don't think that you've ever addressed, and I just want to ask you flat out, there's been the crazy rumor that you got raped by your security guard. You've heard that before.
Yeah, that was like the first rumor that
ever had came out. I'll never forget that shit. I was in Paris, France. I was in Paris coming back to the States. And I was going through the airport. I believe I was going to Philly. And I had to call into the radio station to just clear that shit up. It never really, it never was really nothing.
Life in Hollyweird, Whitney Houston. This one gon' hit, cause she ain't deserve what happened to her. I don't know how you're a multi-platinum selling artist and you die broke. Oh wait, yes I do. Devils like this. The Clyde Davises of the music industry. Suck you dry, take your soul, and leave you hanging out to dry. I'ma let my man over here say it best.
What do all entertainers do when they run out of money? So their masters publishing. What's the first thing they start looking at?
They publishing, they masters.
They publishing,
yes.
Their masters,
yes.
And all the royalties that I never got.
Yes, yes.
So Whitney Houston broke the Beatles record. Whitney Houston broke Elvis's record. Whitney Houston is the only black artist ever, not even Michael Jackson, to have 3 certified diamond albums. I Will Always Love You is the highest selling female song in world history. You understand me? Is she broke?
Facts. I ain't never heard.
Whitney was going to order an audit on her publishing, her royalties, her masters. And there's somebody who couldn't afford that to happen.
I know you guys love her, but can we talk about some of Chrissy Teigen's disturbing old tweets? Now, some of these are just reactions to the show Toddlers and Tiaras, but they're a little creepy. Like this one saying, seeing little girls do splits half naked is just, I want to put myself in jail. Girl, what? And this one that goes, water slides that go through a Shark Tank? Time to get my blank on. Huh? Then she compared a baby to a P-star. Why would you even make that comparison? And then another tweet saying, I'm about to Anthony Weiner this kid. I just want y'all to know that Anthony Weiner was a politician who went to prison because he got caught talking to minors. And in Toddlers and Tiaras, I guess there was a little boy who finally joined the pageant. Chrissy decided to tweet, finally some eye candy for me. Make sure you follow me because part 2 even gets more disturbing.
Surviving Hollyweird. Bow Wow. Bow Wow, aka Shaw Moss, was one of the young ones that was used and abused in Hollywood, so much so that he wanted to delete himself. After hearing NWA, he was inspired to rap, and after going to a Snoop Dogg concert, he went on stage and everybody loved him. He started showing his skills off, he started rapping, and they couldn't get enough of him. After getting his newfound fame and having the cosign from Snoop Dogg, the sky was the limit.
You want a cologne line, a perfume line? Okay, they take you back to that room and do it all over again. That's why they have rituals. If a Mason who's moving higher up in a Mason brotherhood, he has a daughter, he knows the rules. Somebody in the brotherhood wants your daughter, she could be 12, 13 years old. You try to persuade your daughter to have sex with him so he can be wed her and have a child.
Walking the streets of Hollywood. It's St. Patrick's Day. And I saw my girl walking, so I said I had to say what's up.
Surviving Hollyweird, Amanda Bynes, Part 1. In this series, we're going to talk about the rise of Amanda Bynes, how she grew up in the Devil's Playground, aka California, and how she got taken advantage of, and how she ended up like this, just not giving a damn. At first, she had a boyfriend, and then now she just has a podcast. We're going to go through all the details and how this guy, Dan Schneider, got his way and got away with it, sadly. Next on Part 2. How you go from a singer and songwriter selling gold albums and from looking like this to this in a matter of years, I'll let you know. Hollyweird. HOLLYWEIRD. Alright? This is gonna be the story of Houston right here. And he's gonna let y'all know what really goes on. Even though y'all should know at this point, this is just more facts right here.
Full House is dirty, bro. They had this shit on TV. This is why I stay away from Hollywood, bro. I stay away from Hollywood.
Derek's taking it pretty hard, huh? Well, I don't know
Yo.
about that, but his father sure is a mess. Well, I hope Michelle's feeling a little better. Oh, man, it's all my fault. Put so much pressure on her, she didn't know whether she was coming or going. When she started, she was just a happy-go-lucky kid. Then I got a hold of her, and I worked her, and I drilled her, and until there was nothing left but just an overworked, over-drilled little hunk of overworked, over-drilled. Danny, come. Don't get your shorts.
This was on TV, bro. This is Hollywood.
No, I mean, your shorts are...
He's been putting up videos on YouTube, and he is now the #1 most subscribed to musician in Canada on YouTube. And number 20th in the world.
Are you hearing this?
Flown out to Atlanta just to meet with him and meet different producers and different people. I was actually going to meet Jermaine Dupri at his studio.
How did you find Justin?
I saw him online for the first time. My family, friends had all told me that you're a fool if you don't go meet this kid.
Yes.
So I called up my partner, Scooter, and we came together and we met. He sang my song for me.
Yeah.
Better than
Which
me
one?
at the time.
You got it bad. Really? Yep.
He had a higher pitch, so it was a little bit better.
Surviving Hollywood, Justin Bieber Part 1. Man, let me tell you, this man was like the new age Bow Wow. He was manipulated, tossed around, went to almost all the producers, man. Diddy, Jermaine Dupri, man, like, man, if we were a fly on the wall, this man's life is crazy, man. He went from being a pop star to being Christian to meeting his crazy now girlfriend that stalked him literally for years just to be in the position that she's in right now. This is all alleged, but we just gonna go through this man's storyline and how he got to a point where he's at right now. Part 2 next.
See what I mean? Poor Justin Bieber. Like, we started with Bieber, we ended with Bieber. I just, that was a coincidence. I ain't even really set it up like that, but poor little Bieber. Like, oh my gosh, yo. I feel bad for him. I do. And he just had a baby. So sad. Anyway, but that first video, I've been peeped the blonde hair situation years ago. Like, all the stars just dyed their hair blonde. And it's supposedly a way to show who was recently MK Ultra'd. Basically, blonde hair equals frat brain. That's not funny. That's not funny. But it's really sad. It's really sad. Like, if you notice, the people who went blonde, either before they went blonde, they was like normal, and then after their blonde transition, they turned into like being weird or twitching and glitching or being really evil out of nowhere, like representing dark evil stuff, like doing all crazy stuff. But who knows? Who knows? I believe it. Blonde hair equals frat brain, like I said. And Ellen, I used to love Ellen. Boy, I was 4:00 p.m. every day on Channel 8 in Pittsburgh. I was there watching that Ellen show, making sure, trying to hope I would be on there one day, get me some free stuff, just like the Oprah Winfrey Show. Them bitches is the leader of the pack, both of them. They are evil. And it all goes back to Pizzagate, if you ask me. And it's crazy. I didn't even set it up how it came out, like boom, boom, boom. The next video was talking about Pizzagate with Corey Feldman. I feel bad for him too. He got it just as bad as the rest of them. All these child stars, there's very few child stars that have grown up and you think, okay, maybe it didn't happen to them. Like Keke Palmer, she was a child star and she regular, normal, beautiful, glowing, happy. I mean, she had that little weirdo that she had a baby by, but you don't see any stories about her that may have happened to her as she grew up, but you never know. Maybe she just handled it better and different than everyone else, or she was a lucky one and never had to experience those things. You never really know. But yeah, that Pizzagate, if you don't know, Google it. I'm not sure how much you'll be able to find on Google about Pizzagate, but maybe that'll be another video for me to do, because crazy. But sorry, I feel like something's in my eye. But I never knew that Evil Witch Lady was Rick Owens' wife. That's crazy to me. Like, I knew Rick Owens was supposedly like, well, not in the beginning, I didn't realize it, but why not? Shit, all these bitches and all these people is evil. Like, but that lady, I think that's the same lady that was with Jay-Z. Pictures with Jay-Z, pictures with Kanye, doing like having her weird little witchy parties and body parts as a cake, and live sacrifices and things like that of humans. Yeah, I did not know that was his wife. Like, she's a very, very, very demonic being, if you ask me. Keep her the fuck away. Keep her away. And then Bow Wow grew up. I think Bow Wow grew up and had a lot of mental issues. He, for one, does not have all the money he should have. I don't know his pockets, but honey, I honestly believe that man should have way more money than he does. Like, he shouldn't have been on no, was he on Love and Hip Hop or something like that? One of them shows. Like, he should not have been on none of no, like, no, no. It doesn't make any sense the way Hollywood is, HOLLYWEIRD, the way that they treat these people, and the things that people have to do to get to the top, and just brainwash, manipulated, guided by narcissists, evil beings. Like, it's just horrible. And then beautiful Whitney Houston, her energy and her music will always live forever. Clive Davis, he needs really, really, really bad things to happen to him. I don't wish bad or evil on anyone, but him, he needs some really crazy things to happen to him. Like, doesn't make any sense. It's very sad. And I told you about Chrissy. I told you about Chrissy. Like I said, these videos, I just click them and line them up. I don't watch them. I watch like the first 5 seconds, if that, because depending on how long the video is. So I just click them, set them up, and then review them. And I set this up the way it came out is coincidence. I told you about that bitch. She's disgusting. She needs to go under the jail. Put her under the jail. Like, under the jail. If there's another jail under that jail, she needs to be at the bottom of the pit, nigga. At the bottom. Sorry for saying that word too. I'm working on it, y'all. I'm trying to be, I'm gonna still be me, but I gotta work on my language, because some of the words ain't for everybody. I apologize. But anyway, I kind of figured that if the people who are real big up in Hollywood, when they have kids, I always wondered, like, what happens with their kids as far as the weird stuff that they're into. And that video, like, basically confirmed that they have to give their child up regardless of age. If a higher up wants them, then you better give up that child to whoever wants it. And that's really crazy. And with that being said, what Kanye said about Kim, that she was trying to put their daughter North on Playboy or something, like he's trying to protect her from being on Playboy and all that weird stuff. What? Like, it makes sense. It makes sense. And I always think about Blue Ivy as well. Like, she was on that world tour at 11. She looked grown because she's so tall, but she's a child. So, like, did she want to do it? Was she made to do it? Was she conceived for these reasons? Never know. Never, ever know. And then Amanda Bynes, she don't even look like the same person. Like, she's gone. And it's really sad. Did y'all see Quiet on the Set? Did y'all watch it? Let me know in the comments, because that was crazy too. But that was not Chingy. I don't know who that was. That surely was not Chingy. And then last but not least, nasty ass Bob Saget. Honey. I was a child when he did stand up, but I know and heard that his stand up was very vulgar. It involved talking about kids and babies and sexual manners. Like back in the 90s and shit, they was able to talk and do a lot of even more weird, evil stuff that they do now. And it was out in the open, and there wasn't really no protection for these people. At least now it's being talked about. There's social medias. There's different ways to get the news out and the terror out that they go through back then. And then they couldn't go to nobody, couldn't go to the police because everybody's getting paid off. It's horrible. And Full House used to be my stuff, honey. I was all up in Full House growing up. But to know like the subliminal things that were happening and being said, it's like, even the Olsen twins, like they grew up to be gone because of Bob Saget. If you ask me, he literally just told you in that clip what he was doing with them twins. And it wasn't just a script. Nope, that wasn't just a script. Anyway, we made it to the end of the video. It's another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. I'm so happy, y'all. Like, we are growing, and it's growing fast. I'm so excited for the future. I cannot wait to, bring you guys more videos, get to know you guys, however way we can do that. Just keep commenting, reach out to me through my social medias. Let me know if you need life insurance, if you need tax-free retirement, college funding, if you want to start a business, if you want to get your license in whatever state you're in for life insurance, digital marketing, anything, honey. We're going to get this money together, okay? Because yes, I do the creepy content. That's what I enjoy at the nighttime. But during the day, I'm about that money. And I'm about teaching people how to get that money. So let's get it. Anyway, we made it to the end. Thank you for being with me. Deuces. Ashe.